Now we head back down the road, and we're going back to the Valley of the Bears. One more look at the bears before we head for home. And this day we went a little earlier, so it's not so dark, a little lighter, so you get better light from taking the pictures. Katie's still in the car. She'll get out and take some pictures pretty soon. We parked out in the middle again. Aren't those interesting creatures? Oh, they are powerful creatures too, and they can move fast. You don't want to get too close to them. They're wild bears, and even though they are used to have, they're the one that got something, and he's going up in the woods, get it, eat it. A little privacy behind that log. Here comes some more. Now, see that man there? He came in there afterwards, after we got there, and he was drunk. Yes, he was. He'd been drinking, and he would talk mean. Oh, he was mean to those bears. Just talk awful words he used, and said, brave words, come on and fight you bears, come on and fight you bears. I told him, I said, well, don't talk naughty to them. They're God's creatures. We enjoy looking at them. Don't be mean to them. And he threw some stuff at him. We sure was glad he finally left. We're sure glad he didn't stay that whole evening. But don't be like that. Don't take anything that makes you act mean like that guy was when he was inebriated. People do that, but they get mean to their loved ones too. Not just bears. People drink and some of them just get mean and ugly to everybody. Little cute bear, you're walking back and forth, looking for something to eat. Isn't that a graceful walk? It looks clumsy, but it isn't. They can move fast and they're graceful. Now, next morning, we break camp, we head back for home, back for the Lower Peninsula, back for Lansing, back for Charlotte. Such beautiful trees along the way. I had to stop and look and take a picture now and then. I took more pictures than I'm showing you now, but there's so much beauty. I couldn't show you everything that there was now. But then the rock formations, as we drove along, Katie drove the car. I'm driving it. Oh, she's taking the picture there. I was driving the car. And we stopped to take a picture of those birches. They were so pretty. And look at that big wall, that big mountain of rock. Granite, hard granite. And how little Katie was beside it, right beside the road. They cut that out, apparently, to make the road in there, or else they run beside of it. But look at the pretty markings in those stones. Just beautiful. I wish that I was an archaeologist, a rock expert, that could tell you something about these, what makes those pretty colors in there, but I can't. Maybe you can guess it. You kids learn more in school now than we used to. And then Katie, she takes the camera and takes a picture and gets better pictures than I did. See, those are a lot prettier. And of course, but it allowed me to get my picture taken too. Having her do it, so it's all right. Then we're head on, down across the country. Pretty trees. It's nice to travel, but you can overdo it. I mean, and when you get tired, it's time to stop. We stopped and made camp at Indian Lake State Park. We didn't try to make it all the way back in one day. I don't go for this long trips. We stopped at the state park, and look at that cute little girl that was next door neighbor to us at the state park. She come over and gave us a big smile. I took her picture. And she had something else to show us. She had some rocks to show us, some stones, real pretty ones. I think they came from Lake Superior, that area anyway, and all polished up nice. Now, I presume that somebody polished them and they bought them, perhaps. Of course, you could, maybe the wind and the sea, the waves could polish them up like that, but they're really pretty. We told her we'd show her movies that night, which we usually do whenever there's nice weather. We show movies in the camps, and then people gather around. And then we head on the next morning, and we're headed home. We stopped to look at the northern part of Lake Michigan. Katie drives the car so I can get some pictures. And isn't that pretty? Right along the lake shore. See the trees whiz by, cars whiz by the other way. Beautiful scenery outside, it's pretty good scenery inside too. Taking Katie's picture. I don't remember what she's talking about. It'd be nice if we had it on sound so we could hear it. Head along, see some more pretty scenery. Traveling is nice, like, look at that pretty tree. Now, what are you taking my picture again for? Well, never mind, we're going to come to the bridge pretty soon. There it is. Got a glimpse of the bridge right there. The Mackinac Bridge. Well, we stop here and take another picture through it, look at it through the trees. Isn't that pretty? 5 miles long that bridge is. Great, big, long thing. And we're going to go over it right away. Here we're coming up to it. Quite an exciting approach. We did stop and pay our fare across, but I didn't take a picture of that. And going across that bridge is just like like a picket fence going by, those railings. Look at those huge cables. Isn't that something that hold that bridge up? Now this bridge is 5 miles long, and it takes quite a while to get across. So we're gonna stop right. Let's try stopping right in the middle of it and take a message break, shall we? See what happens. Let's stop right in the middle and take a message break. This is another Uncle Ernie happiness ad. Another one of the happy things that God's made for us to enjoy is the seagulls. And the kids too, of course. And the kids feeding the seagulls and feeding that duck. There's one lone duck out there he's got a lot of competition trying to get some of that food. He gets a little now and then, but those seagulls they come down awful fast, even though if the food lights right next to him, he can get it. But that time he had to get out of the way of the seagull, looked like to me. Look how graceful they are, graceful they are flying. Let's follow this fellow and see and watch him. Watch that graceful flying and soaring he does. Isn't that pretty? Just ordinary seagulls. Isn't that pretty? There's a couple of them there. Wonderful things that God has made for us. Now let's continue our trip across the bridge. Those cables hanging down from the big cables above, they hold the bridge up in between those big spans. I don't know how many spans that there are there. Perhaps you do. I should have counted them maybe, but I was too busy taking pictures. But it's sure interesting, zipping along, watching the blue the blue water and the straits, seeing those railings go by, and we're nearing the shore. That's up high so the big boats can go underneath it. There we come to the shore. We don't stop. We don't stop at the fort, which you saw just a moment ago. We go on to Otsego Lake, the state park at Otsego Lake, and we stay all night there. Meet some more nice kids, see some more nice scenery. It's a beautiful place. That's just south of Gaylord. Very pretty. And it was a nice day. We showed movies again that night, too. There comes Uncle Ern, Big Ern. I'll give you just one guess why they call me Big Ern sometimes. Just one guess. Here's some new friends we met. And I told you we showed movies that night. Oh, had a lot of people there to see our camp spot. And these kids come around to tell us goodbye in the morning. And now we head for home. Now, on this trip, I didn't time tell you before, but when we was up there with the bears, we had trouble with our car. Trouble had heated up, and we had kept putting water in it, and I had the thermostat changed, and that didn't help, and I had the thermostat taken out, and that still didn't help. Here we are stopped on the way home, and we had to do that several times, draw water out of the camper to put in the radiator. And you know what I found out when I got home? It always mattered. All I needed was a radiator cap. Needed a new radiator cap. I didn't know it, but I found out that the present day cars, they work under such high pressure that you have to have a radiator cap that holds that pressure in there, or else it lets the water boil out. Just that simple. Yeah, so you get heat troubles in your car, check your radiator cap, about the first thing you do. And we stopped at a rest area, and I saw this sausage dog. Took his picture. Oh, he's cute. I call him a Dockin, I guess the name for him. I call him. Now, you see a scene like that, we know we're getting close to home. Big trucks, a lot of wheels, and I always wanted to follow along behind and beside one of those rigs just to get a picture of all that rubber and all those wheels rolling.